just keep my YouTube muted.
Not that I
Hey,
pay
guys.
attention that much to the thing. But,
Surprise!
Hi.
Wow, awesome, Danica.
That was awesome.
Sorry. Oh, wow, now I just completely lost my train of thought. Welcome to episode 32 of Profit Talk. Right. Tonight we're talking about how to source online, like online arbitrage. Deb is fine. Her dad came he came and surprised them visiting, so she's not going to come on tonight. God, my brain just keeps stopping, y'all. I'm sorry.
I'm fine. Mike's fine.
Yeah, I'm fine. How are you?
Somebody said they're drunk already. We are not drunk. I promise.
That's a good idea.
I know.
I'm on water today. I'm going to drink so much water, I've got 2 cups going at the same time.
Hey, there you go.
Who is out of this world resale? Who are you? Is Wade here?
Wade.
It's my Wade.
Mike, we got the big 5-gallon water cooler thing in the what's in the living room until I make room for it where it needs to be in the kitchen. But
32 ouncer right there.
I go every time I get up. I'll go and take my cup and get another glass of water. It's just easier than having to do that whole ice thing. I'll drink it more if it's like cool water or those water chiller things.
Okay, so William Porter is asking what the spread is on how long it takes to get on the topic of mind-altering substances.
Oh, you're
That's funny. Old Haggis is here. Brian's here. Dwayne's here.
Old Haggis has been in there for 4 hours.
What?
He was first at about 3 o'clock Central Time this afternoon.
Shut up.
I'm not kidding.
That's awesome. That's dedication.
Yeah.
There's
Let's see
JD
who out there.
playing. What's up, JD?
Oh, hey, JD. Drianne? Where's Drianne? Oh, there she is. Hey, Drianne.
I don't know who all you've said so far. Brian,
I've been missing Wade. I haven't seen Wade in forever.
Dwayne, Wade, Coco.
Oh, Dwayne asked how your ankle is, Dusty. Did they already take out the pins stuff?
No, I'm having it done in a little over 2 weeks, and I don't know. I mean, but here's the thing. Insurance pays for it. I pretty much already met my deductible this year. Why not just go ahead? I don't, knock on wood, get sick, so all the years of paying for Blue Cross and never really using it, if I can like stick it to them one time, I'm all for it. It's not a real big procedure. They're going to do it at the Women's and Children's Hospital, though, which I think is funny, because that's apparently where this surgeon does all his surgeries. He said it's just, they put you under, and it's an hour-long deal. They go through the same incisions on either side of the ankle. They take the screws out, take the plate, but they don't have to make as big of incisions. And he said, I said, so I'll walk out. He said, well, you'll be wheelchaired out. But he said, yeah, essentially, you'll have a bandage over some stitches on either side. He said, you'll come back in a couple of weeks. We'll pull out what's left of the stitches. And he said, you won't need a boot. You won't need physical therapy. I was like, you know what? I probably should just do it. Because I'm noticing, like, when it rains, and I'm noticing, like, when I bang it up against something and hit one of those screw heads, I mean, we're talking about hurts like hell. I'm like, why don't I just go ahead and get it done now while I have good insurance and while I'm still a spring chicken, which I'm not, but you know what I mean? As much as I don't want to have surgery, I think if I'm 30 years from now, I regret not doing it.
When I had surgery on my wrist, I had like...
Because I want drugs.
Right. I had a tumor.
They're not going to give me any. I bet if I even asked, even if I did want drugs, I bet you they wouldn't give me any.
You know you'll get Percocet. You get Percocet for everything. You get Percocet for having your teeth cleaned. But
well, we made it. Hold on. We made it 4.5 minutes.
I forgot we weren't supposed to do that. All right, Bill, what'd you win? They asked if I wanted to be awake for it. Oh. Like if I wanted to be awake and watch it. And I was like... No.
He said we can do that with, because Tristan mentioned it, with a spinal tap or whatever. He's like, if you want to go that route. And I'm like, no, hell no. Do whatever you did before with the sleepy juice, where I talk
Why
all
would
kinds
you
of
want
nonsense
that?
and I wake up and it's over.
They did mine. They did mine in the kids ward. I was like 19, I think, 18, 17, something. I was teen, and they did mine in the kids ward, and they gave me that drink that they give to the kids to make them drunk, before they knock them out. And there was like some little 4-year-old next to me, like jumping on his bed. He got all hyper from the sleepy stuff. It was awesome. But that's why I was wondering if they asked if you wanted to be awake.
Yeah.
Ugh.
I don't have any good drug stories.
I don't know.
She's like, wait a minute, I shouldn't tell that.
I don't know. No, there's no way that I could watch them doing that. And like when they pull out, like if you have internal stitches, have you ever had internal stitches pulled out? Like where they just grab the end, like they snip the 2 knots, grab one end and pull.
I think that's what they did with my ankle. I think that's what they did with my ankle, but I wasn't gonna watch it. Tristan watched it. She's like, "Can I watch?" And then she's all like, she's the one like somebody pops a zit or lances a boil, or she used to work in a doctor's office.
Oh, I love stuff like that. I want to watch it, but like the feeling, like I thought I was gonna throw up because you feel it moving deep down in your body.
I didn't.
And you shouldn't feel that.
I was too busy hyperventilating. I was like, I'm a total wuss. But
I have plenty of stories about that kind of stuff. I used to be a medic in the Army. We did all that crap.
Yuck.
Yeah. I probably the worst one as far as boils and stuff was this lady that had one. It was like on the back side of her armpit, and she couldn't reach it. She was like a big lady. And whenever she got to us, it was like black on the top. And it was probably the size of a baseball. It was bad, man. It was pretty rank when it came out.
That's gross.
It was so old that the stuff
overripe avocado.
Yeah, it was so old that the stuff wasn't even moist inside anymore. Like a lot of it was like dried inside.
Okay.
That's so gross.
Yeah, lots of fun pumping stomachs and all that good stuff.
I got like on a YouTube kick watching like busting cysts and cyst extraction and stuff like that, and John was like, "Sweet Jesus, what are you watching?" Like he came. I was watching on the laptop, and he walked, like peeked around the screen, and he was like, "Oh, sweet Jesus, what is that?" Like this guy had a cyst like this big on the center of his back. And this chick cut it, and by the end, she had her hand up inside, like stupid. Oh, it was so gross.
Yeah, that lady, you could, by the time we were done, you could easily have put a baseball inside there. Yeah.
Ooh.
And you have to pack it with the gauze and all that stuff, and it has to heal from the inside out or whatever. But yeah, that's pretty. There's a lot of funny stuff too, though. In the ER, you get to like. I don't know if you guys have ever seen somebody get like a peanut or a Lego out of a kid's nostril.
How do they do that? Like, how do they get it out?
Well, one of the final ways that you can try to do, it's not recommended, but is you can put an oxygen, like the ambu bags, the squeeze bag, to close oxygen, and you put a tube on it. You close their mouth and you close the nostril, and put the tube right there, and sometimes it'll shoot. Like anything round will come out pretty easily. Legos and stuff like that are a little more difficult. They'll just shoot right out.
I couldn't even use that snot sucker thing on my kids. Really? That about made me puke every time.
See, I was a paramedic.
Like I had to get the gun range earmuff things. I would have to put that on so that I couldn't hear it. And then suck it out. And then, like when it does that, I'm like, try. Oh.
Those little snot sucker things were probably the most useless thing in an emergency room.
Oh.
We would just use 10cc syringes because it works so much better.
Oh, it's so gross. Like snot, I can't do snot. Like my kids have the cleanest faces ever because I can't. Like Blair Witch killed me. Blair Witch had me about to puke,
What
and it wasn't.
Did you like throw up whenever your kids spit up on you, or what?
No, that didn't. The spit up, that didn't bother me whatsoever. Diaper blowout, whatever, that's fine. Snot. Like I could not do snot. I can't do snot. If somebody sits there like sniffling and stuff, I'm like, stop. It's just I don't know. I don't know what it is about snot.
So now that we're on the subject of kids, you can start talking about online arbitrage.
Yes. How to sell your children online.
Well, it's fourth quarter, kids, toys. So.
Yeah.
I have like a little setup here of Walmart. I can show you guys what I would do if I would.
I think this is
if I would do an online arbitrage.
This is the soonest we've gotten into a topic ever. 15 minutes in.
I hope you got 48 minutes worth of talking. Or we're gonna have to go back to
I'll transition it back to drugs and we'll be all right.
Draw it out. No, that would be great.
Well, let me just I can draw it out. I'll start the story. You know, when I was 5.
There, I heard tales of a magical place called
Once upon a time, in a magical place called Amazon.
I have no idea what I did before Amazon.
What eBay?
No, I mean like snot. Oh, that's gross.
I sold a snot sucker on Amazon. I was looking while we were sitting here talking, but I can't remember what the brand was. So it was one of these new, like, trendy brands with, like, a Swedish name or some crap like that.
Oh,
maybe if I
snot all over the plush.
Swedish snot sucker.
That's just Brian knows my feelings on plush, and plush with snot on it.
It was a nose Frida, Frida.
What the hell?
What is that?
I don't know. I picked it up somewhere and sold it. Let's see if I sold it. Frida.
Guys, before Mikey gets into the example stuff, if there's anything about sourcing online that you already know that you'd like to find out or whatever, go ahead and put the questions in the comments and we'll watch it just to make sure that the things that you need to know or want to know are covered. And I mean, it's one of those things. If we don't get to something, you can either put it in the comments or you can put it in the Profit Talk group, and I'll make sure to get you answers and things. If I don't know it, then I'll get you an answer. Just to make sure. Did you see Paul?
Oh my God.
Who's this Dyke DeKlusky?
Freaking Paul.
I'm not even saying the next one.
Speaking of being on drugs.
That's beer.
Is that the beer talking?
That's the burr.
Are you drinking beer?
No, talking about Paul.
Oh, yeah, no beer here.
God, snot on the plush. That's so gross.
How are y'all sales?
Mine are horrendous because I am pretty much running out of everything. I haven't done much of anything for the 2 weeks my kids have been gone. The 2 months that my kids have been gone. I have sent in like two shipments. So I'm about out of everything. I have to, when I go to pick them up next week, I'm going to source the whole way down and the whole way back.
That's pretty much where I'm at. I've got, let's see, 9/28, Saturday. This weekend was not great on Amazon, and of course eBay. I don't have anything really listed on there. I've got a ton of stuff. I just got to get around to listing it or sending it in.
Yeah.
How about you?
That's run out.
You always kill it though, don't you?
It's because he sends stuff in every day.
I know. I just don't see how you keep up with everything. I mean, I don't see how you keep the volume going like without just getting sick of looking at it. I get so bored.
I fill up the garage and then I empty the garage and then I fill it up and I empty it. And
yeah, but you work
it
too.
makes
like you have a job too.
Yeah, well, gotta do what you gotta do.
Don't you get tired?
Plenty of time to be tired when you're dead.
That's right. He's working toward the bigger goal. Well, hopefully not death, but maybe like retirement.
If that's your goal, you might want to rethink things.
Rethink that work.
Working myself to death. Every day I keep thinking, today is the day it's going to happen.
I'm
hustling towards death.
I come and go in spurts.
I just needed to decompress. Like, I didn't realize how wound up I was, like how tightly wound up I was until I had no responsibilities. And it was like, holy crap. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't realize that I was that stressed out. And everything that's wrong with me, stress makes it a million times worse. Yeah. So it was like, I just need to chill out.
I don't know. Yeah. I have a whole. It's a Word document of all these different things that I've written out of books and stuff that I've read to get my mind off of stressors and when I feel like I'm overwhelmed and all that kind of stuff. Like change my mindset, because that's all it is. It's just your mindset has changed. You've gotten away from something, and so all of those ideals I kind of go back and look at, and that's kind of how I get back on track. I mean, I'm normal and human just like everybody else. I mean, I may, work a lot during my time, my little bit of time that I have, but I mean, I get where I'm down and I don't want to do anything, and that's kind of my thing. Is I try to schedule out stuff whenever I feel like I'm overwhelmed. I know Dusty loves schedules.
Oh yeah.
And, but I try to chunk things down so that I'm kind of getting things done, because when you feel like everything's just this big elephant, one of the things that's written on there is, how do you eat an elephant? It's one bite at a time.
Yep.
That's basically
That's a good idea though, having the document that you can go to and look at. Like I had, when I first started the ladies group, one of my old business coaches, the first thing when you first start working for him, the first thing you have to do is you have to figure out your why, and it can't be to make money. That's not, he said, that's not deep enough. Mine's not up, and I need to get mine back up, because it really does. The whole point of finding your why is to, on those days when you don't want to get up out of bed and do anything, it has to be a deep enough why to get you out of bed and doing something.
Yeah.
And I need to get that back up on my wall. And that's what I told the ladies. I was like, I would love it if you guys would do this, make it pretty, put it in a frame, hang it on your wall.
My de-stressor is
beer.
Like this weekend we went away, is to actually go out and buy. The problem is that doesn't go real well with, okay, now you got to come off your stress, because like right now the back seat and the trunk, which when we got home today I didn't unload anything from 3 days. So I've got 3 days worth of stuff sitting there that now has to go on eBay. But to me that's relaxing though, just to go talk to the old men at the flea market and hang out and go into yard sales and I don't know, that's, even with retail arbitrage, to go into a store and just buy carts full of stuff or whatever. I mean, that's kind of, I can't quit working, I guess.
I immediately get that guilt though. Like if I already have stuff that I haven't sent in and I go and get more, I automatically get guilt. Like it automatically turns straight into guilt.
I do with Amazon, because my profit margins are lower, so I have more money tied up in it.
Right.
But like with eBay, if I have a car full of stuff that's worth $2,000, let's say, and I only got $200 in it, then my brain won't let me feel guilt about it. Because I'm like, that's just money in the bank. That's just stuff that when I do get around to listing it, it'll be pure profit, you know. So that's kind of a downfall side of it for me.
Okay, Mikey, do you want to screen share your stuff?
Oh yeah, sure. Yeah, I pulled up Walmart's website and clearance on Walmart, so I don't know if we'll actually even find anything, but I'm just going to show like what.
I think they need the process.
Yeah, it's just the basic process, and I'll show you the things to, like it's all what are they called, extensions for the Google Chrome. So if you're using any of that other stuff, I don't know if they have the extensions or not. I'm pretty sure that that Firefox doesn't have some of the extensions, so you might be out of luck. But with that, let me switch it. All right, so I have the basic site here, and I've already gone to the clearance section because my computer's going slow because everything being open. And basically what I do is I'll look for things that are the clearance price, like what the price was versus what the price is now, like at least 50% off. I mean, some of these things might do better anyway. Did I do something?
No, I thought my phone was turned off.
What in the hell?
It's Hillbilly Bone.
But one of the extensions is this right-click extension, and there's two of them, one for eBay searches and one for Amazon search. And basically you just highlight the words of the item that you're looking for, and then you just right-click, and then this will come up, and there's the eBay search and Amazon search. And if you click on the Amazon, it'll search for those terms. It's not perfect, but most of the, like 90% of the time, it'll put all the terms in the search. And that's the little doll right there, whatever it is. And it looks like it's selling for the exact same price as Walmart. I think that's probably going to be the case for most of Walmart stuff. That's why I kind of got away from with that.
Unless it's clearance, it seems like they almost price. They obviously are watching Amazon, because I was buying something a while back. It was $83.74, and I get on Amazon, it's exactly the same price. And I see that. Do you see that a lot?
Yeah, that's why I've kind of gotten away from Walmart. That, and everybody does Walmart, so it's harder to keep deals going. Mm-hmm. But like this right here, this is a summer clearance thing. This Intex whatever. So it was $20. Now it's like $6. It might still be selling okay if you can get it now and whatever. But we'll see what Amazon has it for, or if they have it. So they have it for $7.99. And it's $5.95, so there's really no profit in that. But anyway, that's how I do it. I just go back and forth with the right-clicking thing, and then there's an additional thing. If you find an item like that should be selling really well, and it's not, let's do this right here. I think this is on there. There's another couple of extensions that you can get. One is this price jump, which is okay, but then there's another one that'll pop up here in a minute, and I always forget the name of it. I just know it's a good pop-up.
Are you talking about Invisible Hand?
What it'll do is yeah, that's it, yeah. So you open up the actual item, and then it'll drop down and show online stores that are selling this, and well, not just online stores, because it has a lot of different stores, but it'll pop down and you can open up all these different stores that are selling the same item, and you might be able to find it even cheaper in those stores. That's another way of finding stuff like that.
Does Invisible Hand bog your machine down?
Yeah, well, I have so many.
Like if you've got a lot open?
I deleted it because of that, but my computer's slow anyhow.
Yeah. I have so many, and then whenever I have the Hangouts open too, so this right here it is. Yeah, it's Invisible Hand. There's 16 comparable prices, and then you can do the drop down. This one's not going to be good because it's already priced at $450, so you basically couldn't get it for anything without not making money. But like this one right here, it's $229. And I'll tell you a little secret about this. If you're buying, like if you're just looking to buy a few items and you're only going to spend like $20 or $30, this probably won't work. But a lot of these places, almost all of them, will give you free shipping over a certain amount of sales. Like
the one at the top of the list, Jet. If the more you buy, I don't know if you're familiar with them, but I started ordering a lot from them. The more you buy of a specific item, the cheaper it gets.
Yeah.
Is that every item though at Jet?
It's sometimes you'll add quantity of 2 or more to your cart. You won't see as much, but we used to order a bunch of the Kind bars, the Kind fruit and nut bars.
Mm.
Yeah, you probably know what I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
And I ended up getting the price down to like 60 cents per bar, which is cheap because normally they're like $4.98 a 4-pack at Walmart.
Yeah.
So
I just didn't know if it worked for everything. Like if that was every category at Jet, because I haven't done it yet.
That's their business model overall. Yeah. Sorry.
Okay.
But I will tell you this: don't try to do this at Walmart, but try to find some other kind of online place, other than the big box stores and that kind of stuff. Basically, it comes down to just like anything else. If it's hard for you to find, it's hard for everybody else to find, and you're probably going to get a good deal.
Do you set Keepa? Do you track things on Keepa, or do you
I
not
did
even
that
mess
for
with
a
it?
while. I did it for a while, and I still have books that I'll add to it or whatever. Because there's some crazy booksellers out there. I told people this in the past that they will just list books at like they list every book that they bring into their shop at $3 or whatever it is. Like it's crazy, and it'll be $100 book, and they sell it for $3. So yeah, any of those expensive books that I know will sell really quick, I put those on there, and some other stuff, but not too much anymore. I used to do a lot more back and forth, buying from Amazon and selling back to Amazon. Like buying people out and that kind of stuff. It's very rare that I do it now. I find so many other things, and now I have a lot of replens, so I'm always, from doing this in arbitrage, I've now gotten a lot of replens that I pick up every month, and they do well. So this used to be $20.
Mike, what was the extension that you used where you could right-click to search?
Yeah, I was about to ask the same thing.
It's Amazon Right Click is the name of the extension.
Oh, okay.
If you search the extensions in Chrome, and then there's another one too. Oh, what's the name of that one? I have that actually will bring up all, like the ranks. So you see how it tells the bestseller ranks right here, right below.
Is it Scanalyze?
No, it's not that. It's a free one. I just forget which one it is, and I know for sure I took the little tab off, so I don't even know what it's called anymore.
Well, Keepa does. Keepa gives you the rank and stuff. Is that not?
They give you, but that's if you open up the individual thing, right?
Yeah.
I think this is. So this one will give you this little pop-up screen on the right side of all the stuff, and it also shows the rank down in the bottom. So like you can pull up a whole page of stuff, and it'll give you the ranks of all of them right there on the page.
Oh, I did not
Now
know that.
this is, I'm telling you all this stuff. This is all the free stuff you can go and do. There's other stuff that you can pay for that gives you everything really quick, and the Jungle Scout is the best one. I mean, I just started using it, but it's freaking awesome. Everything that's on the page, it brings up all the information, like product name, brand, price, rank, estimated sales per month, the estimated the revenue for the month, all this stuff, the reviews, rankings, ratings, everything for the whole page. And if you have a search that has multiple pages, you can also ask it to do the next page and the next page and the next page, and it'll just keep going through. And then you can do it by rank or by estimated sales or however you want to do, just like an Excel spreadsheet. But this costs money. This one's, I think, it's like $144 for the Pro. I don't know how much the other one is, but it's probably like $70 or something like that. I don't know. You can go to junglescout.com and check it out. But This one costs money, but it does give you, a lot of good stuff right away.
Have you
The
used
people that are
Web Scout?
Web Scout, no.
Yeah. I was gonna look at Web Scout.
Is that with Scan Power Web Scout, or are you talking about something else? Oh, yeah, I used it whenever I had Scan Power. When I did the trial with Scan Power, it was pretty cool. I mean, it's color coded and all, and like it's all color coordinated and looks really. It has a good flow to it and stuff. But once I quit the Scan Power thing, I didn't have it anymore. So.
Gotcha.
So that's that. So a couple of the other things that save you money and all that stuff is obviously you want to try to do, get any kind of rebates, and then the pop-up's not here, but obviously Ebates, that's my favorite one. And so you can have Ebates activated on whatever site you buy the stuff from, and you'll get a certain percentage, whatever that store is offering. Like Walmart's only has like 1% cash back, but there's stores that I've shopped that I've gotten as much as 12% cash back. And,
I had one that was 20% cash back on certain things.
And use your PayPal card, and then you get.
Right, and then if you use or if you have like a Chase card, I think Chase and Discover are probably the best cash backs out there. So if you do like me, I purchase the stuff on a card to get the discount, but I pay it all off at the end of the month before I get charged any fees or anything, any interest. So that's another way to get money back. I mean, all these kind of things, and then if you're like me, like every quarter, I go and just do nothing but online arbitrage with that money. So it's like all free items that I go get. Everybody might do things different, but that's another way of saving some money on there. And
when you stack all those things together, I mean, you can get it can end up crazy. Especially the bigger orders that you do, the amount that you can end up getting back. Because the
guys.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say the guys over at the Wholesale Formula. I watch those guys a lot. They're fellow Kentuckians, so. But they just got a $20,000 check from their Chase. I think it was Chase or whatever it was. They had a $20,000 check.
Holy
from
cow.
all of their, yeah. So, I mean, they're doing volume. I mean, I think I haven't seen them recently, like in the last day, but I know like 2 days ago, they almost filled up their entire warehouse, and their warehouse is probably the size of a Walmart.
Good grief.
Yeah, they're prepping for fourth quarter, and all these.
How many employees do they have?
Huh?
How many employees do they have?
They hired. Well, they had one guy just strictly just inputting. That's all he was doing. They had one that was purchasing, like doing the purchasing and finding new wholesalers and that kind of stuff. And then they had they said they had hired. I don't know how many they actually had prepping to go out, but I know they hired 2 more temporary, and that still wasn't enough.
Holy cow.
Plus, they pulled the guy that was listing to help prep, and it's still not enough. So, yeah, it's like I said before, they have first world problems right now.
No doubt.
But yeah, they're going to kill it this year for sure. I think they already hit 4 million for the year, and I think that was their goal for the whole year, something like that. But if that's the case, they may hit 10 by the end of the year if their fourth quarter goes that well.
Nice.
But we'll see. Yeah, those guys have a lot of good information too. They don't really talk about online arbitrage. Everything about them is wholesale, but they always put out some good stuff as far as like getting rid of bad feedback. They have a whole matrix. I've had it printed out somewhere. I was going to show it, but it's just this whole matrix on how to get rid of the bad feedback on Amazon. step by step and what to say and all that kind of stuff.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, they're always putting that kind of stuff out, and that's, I'm not even in the group like where you pay to be in the group. That's just me signing up for the newsletter at the wholesaleformula.com is the. Yeah.
What was the one that
like that.
Oh shoot. Now I can't remember.
But go ahead. I was hoping you remember.
I know.
But you're gonna have to. Adam said he hates you for. Adam said I hate Mike for showing Jungle Scout.
Adam hates me.
Chad said he's gonna put it in the Reseller Society.
Why does he hate me?
He hates me for putting the Jungle Scout on there.
And we can hate you too if you want to. Hi.
How was Jazzercise?
It was fun. I like it.
Did you get jazzed?
Did I get what?
Jazzed.
Did you get jazzed?
It's not what people think.
They don't run around going like this all the time. Their hands get tired.
Jazzy.
It's not Richard Simmons with spirit hands.
Have you seen the meme where it's me at Zumba and it's like Lucille Ball trying to do like a live? That was me trying to do Jazzercise. I was like, I don't know what the hell is going on. You people. More power to you.
Mm.
Is it like a show now?
Yeah, it's the Profit Talk Show. It's the one that you came on that one time. The last time they invited us. Mm. We were like one of the first actual guests.
You were.
Long. That was.
I liked that though. That was fun.
That was fun.
Yeah, it was like one of the first episodes, right? Like first.
Yeah, it was one of the first.
Yeah.
It was one of the first ones.
Mm-hmm.
Where can you buy discounted gift cards that are reliable?
Yeah. That was the last thing I was going to talk about. I was going to wait till.
Why?
But that's the next step, I guess. If you're doing all of this, is purchasing gift cards, gift cards, and then buying all the stuff that you're buying and all that kind of stuff. I haven't gotten into that, so I was just going to mention it. But I know of people like big ballers out there that are really, they're buying up loads and loads of these gift cards. I don't know how it works exactly, but.
But wouldn't you? Because like my cashback cards are, at the very least, I get 1% cash back on anything I buy.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of the times it's 2 or 3%. So, I mean, well, can you buy a discounted gift card with a cashback card?
That I don't know. Like I said, I haven't bought any.
I haven't looked into it. Yeah, I know
but
people do it, but
I know they're doing it. I know people are out there actually buying, tens of thousands of dollars worth of these gift cards. I just don't know whether they're buying them on credit or how they're doing them. So
yeah, I don't even know where to go to get. I mean, I know you can get people's on eBay, but I don't know where, because there are sites for discounted gift cards, but I don't know anything about them.
Yeah, that seems.
That's what she means. Reliable sources.
Yeah, I would say unless you're really, really knowledgeable about that type of thing, like the gift cards or whatever, I wouldn't even do it. It sounds almost like it's going a little too far for me to think about it, like in that. But I guess if you're doing $100,000 a month or buying $100,000 a month and you save 1 or 2%, that's a lot. But.
Well, I know on eBay a lot of times you can find. I'm looking, here's for instance, let's see, hold on, buy it now only. I just did Lowe's gift card. Here's a buy it now on a Lowe's gift card. Okay, that's not a good example.
You can get Bed Bath & Beyond, the Bed Bath & Beyond, they're the big coupons, and people always have Bed Bath & Beyond gift cards, and I know those used to be decently cheap. I don't know if they still are. Yeah, and, even when they expire, they still take them.
That was in the garbage, by the way. I'm cutting back on my retail. I don't know which way I'm going to go this. I'm not against it by any means, but I don't know which way I'm going to go. I made some mistakes last year. Mike knows a lot of those mistakes because we were hanging out a lot during all those months. I just felt like I spun my wheels a lot in retail stores, and the few store I made some mistakes with some of the stores, and there's definitely stores I'm not going to go back to again. You know what I mean? I'm going to change my model up somehow. I just don't know how yet.
Yeah.
Of course, I probably should be figuring it out since it's almost the 1st of October, but
it's easy to screw up retail arbitrage,
right.
But at the same time, it's not that complicated. I mean, but it is, if you go deep, on something, it is easy to kind of screw yourself.
Well, I didn't screw up, but like for instance, one of the stores, if you spend $100, you get $10 in bonus bucks to spend on your next purchase on this next upcoming dates. So then or $20 worth or whatever. So then I would take that $20 and go back and buy $100 worth for the stuff the following week and all that. And a lot of the items that I was buying, I feel like where my mistake was that I was buying toys that were available because these were major, discount or chain stores. I was buying the same toys that every other reseller in the United States was buying with their bonus bucks and sending it. So it was like a race to be the first one in, or hang on and leave your price where it's at. Don't get in the race to the bottom. I didn't lose money. I don't think I might have lost money on like 1 or 2 items, and that's it. I mean, I made money, but the big profits that I anticipated when I spent all the time doing it didn't end up being as big a profits as what I thought. I made some mistakes there. Does that make sense?
Yeah. I think for me, my biggest losses were, and I think I fixed it now with the repricer, was that I was never priced right. I was never priced up to where people have sold out to where the price has gone up.
Right.
Like I would think, well, this thing, the price is not going to go to $20.
So you
and then they would get there and it would be like at $35, and I'm like, what in the hell, dude? And then by the time I figure it out, like all 15 that I sent in sold at $20. They're already gone. Like, I mean, I made money, but it was like, well, dang, I just lost, $15 on every item that I sold. So that was my big thing. I've talked about it every day. Like I was trying to price and reprice and do it, and I was just like, man, you know what? Just let that stuff go.
I think a lot of it is anticipating, the ones that you think are going to go that high, or that you put your okay, this would be awesome, and put it there until it kind of gets, and check on it. And see if it's trending in that direction, and if not, you can bring it back down.
Well,
but
I bought this giant Star Wars, I don't know what the hell it was. It was some big giant Star Wars thing. It was exclusive Walmart deal, and I bought like 10 of them. Every Walmart had like 3, and I sent them all in. They were oversized, and I thought, I got them for $15, and I was going to put them up for $55. I priced them at $99. So that I, when they got in there, because that's when Dusty talked to me. It's like, well, price them where it's like a weird price. So I'm like, okay, I put them at $99. When they got there, they were all gone at $99. Like,
what did they end up being?
Like by the time it was all over with, they were selling for as much as $140.
It's crazy. Like, I'm not good at figuring out what like the big hot toys are going to be.
Right.
In time, to get enough of them and get them in there, and there's so many variables, and I talk myself out of things.
Well, with the repricer now, with this repricer that I have, that Be Cool one, it prices up. So when the item even before the item gets there, it's pricing.
Nice.
On inactive items. So as long as you have the repricer going at the time, it'll price to whatever that price is it's going to be at. So I don't have to worry about it anymore.
Nice.
Yeah, so it's going to make a big difference on the bottom line this year for sure.
I don't know. Okay. I second guess myself too much, so I end up not going deep enough, as deep as I could have gone on things.
Well, I'm trying to do a little more like some of the other guys talk about doing totally different items. Even Dusty has talked about this in the past too. Something totally off the wall. I'm still going to do toys, but I'm going to try to push some things that not a lot of people are going to be into, that kind of stuff. And then I have a couple of my ringers that I know are going to be awesome that I've already bought huge on, and that kind of stuff. So yeah, it's going to be.
A lot of the mistakes with me were like Dollar General had that deal where it was like, 25% off all toys, and then you got a coupon, and like some of them were like Uno travel games or whatever, and I ended up, or Yahtzee travel, and I had like $3.50 in them, and they'd sell for $12.99, or not even $9.99, even after fees or whatever, you'd still almost double your money. By the time it was all said and done, the race to the bottom, because everybody went to Dollar General and sent them all in. I mean, I'm selling them at like $6.99, $7.99, pretty much breaking even or maybe making $1. That kind of little stuff like that, and then to come home and peel off their big orange stickers where they stuck $5 original price on them, and her to have to sit, my wife to have to sit and do all that, and it wasn't worth it for the profit. You know what I mean? Unless, because I was buying, at most they'd have 3 or 4 of them on the shelf at one time. If I had 100 of them, then I mean, as quick as they sold, even if I only made $1 a piece, it still was decent money. I don't mind that as much, but it was little stuff like that was where I kind of went wrong, I think, that I would do differently. Let's put it that way.
Well, I'm looking at stuff like, I don't know, brown sugar and just stuff that you're like, when you think about Christmas and Thanksgiving and all that, like you don't really think about it, but everybody gets it.
Right, cinnamon and...
Yeah, all those little things like that, you just don't think about them. And it's always one of those things that it doesn't really have a name, brand. Like when you think of brown sugar, nobody really says a brand per se.
Right.
Except Domino.
But I'm saying, some brands, but it's not like the brand, right? It's not like a specific brand of whatever you're buying. Those are the types of items that we're looking more at this year.
And that's that kind of stuff that I like decorative items or stuff like that. The toy chase, as bad as the toy chase was last year, and I've seen it like this will be my fourth quarter to really do like FBA with toys. It's progressively gotten worse. I think it's going to be even more cutthroat this year. And if you're not really, really careful or weren't buying up clearance toys 6 months ago, if you try to go in, my personal opinion, if you try to go in between now and December 25th and go hit the clearance aisles and go shop the sales and everything else, the majority of those products you're going to end up in the race to the bottom, I think. It's just too late almost. If you're doing a typical retail arbitrage, that is.
Right. If you're in those what I was talking about before, in those stores that everybody can get to and everybody sees the stuff and all that kind of stuff. And the places that if you haven't already done it, that's why I talked about Tuesday morning. If you didn't hit Tuesday morning for the toys and all that kind of stuff, you're not going to get those deals now when everybody's now talking about fourth quarter and gearing and all that stuff. It's already way too late. You're not going to get that same stuff anymore.
Right.
That deal is, it's already passed. Now they're just sitting there and waiting. That was probably the big thing for me last year. It's not going to be that big this year. They didn't have as many toys this year as they did last year at Tuesday morning. But it'll still be a good chunk. But like I did. Last year I did Charlie Brown. What are the Charlie Brown Christmas tree or whatever?
Mm-hmm.
It's like the sad little Christmas tree. And those things, man, I made like probably $3,000-$4,000 just on those.
Hey, I sold those. Were they in the long, skinny boxes with a couple pieces of cheap styrofoam and one little bulb and one little piece of felt for the base?
There's like 8 different manufacturers of those, and every single one of them that are listed. There's probably more now, but every one of them sold like crazy. I mean, I couldn't buy enough of those things. Yeah. Some of them come in.
I like stuff like that, though. Things that you wouldn't think would be so huge.
Mm-hmm.
I love stuff like that. I surprised myself that with how far I went into like beauty and groceries and small things, but I found enough of them where, the margins were ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, why are there not 50,000 people, on these things? It's just surprised. I guess because I found a decent amount of them like all right kind of at the same time or really close to, the same time that I was staying in those sections, and when I didn't have time to hit like whole stores, I was just going straight to those 2 sections, running and getting my stuff and then running back out.
See, and that stuff sells too. Stocking stuffers and like you said, brown sugar or whatever else, or like with me, I got placemats that'll sell and stuff like that. I mean, it's just that I think too many people, because they, for whatever reason, we'll just leave it at that. But too many people go, oh, it's toys, and yeah, that is one of Amazon's biggest categories for fourth quarter. But that's not. It's like you said, you got to think outside the box and go look for all that stuff that everybody else is not jumping on.
Stocking bundles, like if you put together, like a boy stocking bundle or a girl stocking bundle, those are really good. I mean, don't be stupid, pick wisely or whatever, but it's crazy what people will pay to just have, oh, I can just hang this stocking up. It's done.
The other thing is that there's a lot more, and I guess I've gotten into this, I've gotten into this category now too, but there's a lot more tech-savvy grandparents out there now.
Yeah.
That are distanced from grandkids, and it's very easy to jump online and say, cool gift for a 8-year-old boy or whatever, and stuff will pop up. And if you're in that search, one of your bundles is in that search, it most likely is going to get purchased because smarter grandparents and stuff like that tend to understand that, hey, I don't know what those kids want, and people on Amazon do. So
well, and you have to look at, like our parents, have grandkids and I mean even younger, than our parents. My mom's in her 50s. Those people, they're on it. They know how to do these things. Yeah. There's not such a disconnect, as there used to be. And they do. They that's where your keywords come in. So there's, people are like, oh, I didn't even put anything in there. Stupid.
Yeah. Yeah.
Seriously, they give you that for a reason.
I've talked about this before, about the pay-per-click. So many people are like, well, do the automatic thing, and that's great. Get on there and do pay-per-click automatic, or just put in keywords.
Than nothing.
But it's the weird keywords that when somebody types that keyword in, all kinds of funky stuff comes up and not what they're looking for. That's the one you want. Those are the keywords you really want, because you're going to be the only one or one or two that are on that first page
that are relevant.
Sense. Yeah. And it's funny because the keyword isn't necessarily relevant to what it is they should be searching for, but it ends up with that item. I can't think of a good example because it's strange stuff.
Well, a really good way that I learned for finding keywords and keywords that you wouldn't necessarily think was something, like if you have like Lego pencil case, if you start putting in Lego pencil, just in the Amazon search, and then seeing what Amazon suggests to you, like I found so many keywords for things that I don't call it that. I would never think to call it that, but people look it up that way. Like lunchbox, you've got the sack and containers and, just all these other terms that I guess, if I don't call it something, it's not really there. I don't really think about, people, that's what they're talking about when they say that.
Right.
And it's so simple. You take 5 minutes and at least get some of those in there. I don't know. It's one of my pet peeves, people that completely ignore the keywords and
Well, it's like I was creating a listing for those placemats a year or so ago, and I had to go in, and I literally left the tab open as I was creating the new Amazon listing. I left it open half the day because I kept thinking of more and more keywords. Like, to me, it was just a table placemat and then the color, and then the brand or whatever, and the material. But then I was like, okay, table, kitchen, dining room, decorative. I started thinking of all these other keywords, and I was like, crap, I'm glad I didn't, go ahead and create the listing and leave out all those keywords.
right.
I mean, if
When I
you're
got to
doing
the other similar stuff, I was like, ooh, there's other words I can put in there.
if you're just massaging a few items, that works out great. You can sit there and go back and forth and especially like the private label thing where you're just doing a few items here and there. It's definitely more difficult if you're doing retail arbitrage and you're trying to keyword the heck out of stuff. But if you're just doing a few of them, yeah, that's awesome. And then you can cut the bottom out, do the 80-20 rule and cut the bottom out, the ones that aren't making you any money and that kind of stuff, and go back and forth.
Even if you just spend like 5 minutes, though, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And just get a couple. I don't know.
And there's websites for that too. I have a list of them upstairs, but there's like, I know, like, I think Terapeak, don't they do that? And I don't know, I haven't used any of the websites, but I know there's a few out there that you can use, like merchant words or merchant something or another like that.
Merchant words. Yeah.
That would,
That's the one.
I just get them from Amazon because I figure that's, the people are searching there and it's going to bring up what they're, when you put in the different things, it's going to bring them up. But I don't spend a ton of time because I think I have a pretty good grasp on keywords just from, like when I was doing the websites and stuff like that. That was, a huge part of SEO back then was your keywords and all that kind of stuff. So I got pretty good at, different ways of saying things. But there's some terminologies that I don't use it, so it doesn't, like, it's not in there,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but I try to do stuff like in the keywords that's like I was just talking about earlier. Great gift for a grandkid, or great gift for an 8-year-old, or something like that. Like, anything that has to do with like an age-appropriate thing, like if a kid's looking for something for his dad, or whatever. Awesome gift for a dad, or something for a dad that has everything.
Right.
Any of those types of search terms, I try to put it in there. Just, I think, for me, you catch people that, just don't have a clue what they're buying, but they're like, I got $50, and whatever.
Well, I've done that though. I've done that when for somebody that I didn't know what to get them. I've put that in. Cool gift for a guy,
Right.
Cool gift for 30-something, I've done that because, like, John, if he wants something, he buys it.
Yeah.
And sometimes I just have no, it's like I got nothing. And I've done that, there was one that I did a lot was cool tools for men, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
That one seems to be really popular at the holidays, tools and cars and things like that. But
teacher gifts, that's a good one.
Oh, for sure.
Someone in the office, that's also pretty good. Especially when people they do all those
Secret Santa
or whatever. I have any idea? You just know it's for a girl or a guy, and
Well, and when you've got smalls, Secret Santa and White Elephant, those are two that people, tend to not stick. Well, I probably shouldn't have said that, but anyways, people tend to not stick them in there, and people search Amazon for White Elephant gift.
Yeah.
Secret Santa gift.
Ugly sweater.
Ugly sweater.
Somebody was asking me about the Seller Central, or in one of the groups was asked about the Seller Central, the new view, and they don't have all the little widgets. and I just discovered there's a button at the bottom that says reset to default view.
Mm-hmm.
I was sending them a screenshot.
I saw that. Why they didn't have anything. Like their screen looked so blank.
Oh, that's Drianne. Drianne's changed her name. Sorry. Yeah, I don't know. I looked, and it's not a funky browser. I don't know.
That is the one, right? Like it basically was like empty. There was like hardly anything on there.
There's none of the side widgets, so maybe they've changed something. Like mine has, which I've rearranged my widgets, but I have like the main Amazon Selling Coach, which I have minimized, and I have your orders and performance, and then I have my payments over here and case log and sales summary. I've kind of moved all the ones I want to see the most up to the top.
Yeah.
So it's still out there. You can try that.
I just got 2 back-to-back sales of items that were, I believe they were in my haul video stuff. The Nightmare Before Christmas Monopoly game that I got new in the box. I got it for like 50 cents or something, or $1. It just sold for $26.
What?
And then I got this. It was a Harry Potter. It's Practice of 4726. It's a Japan import, some kind of game. It's a Harry Potter Lego game thing. I paid $2 for it at this yard sale, and I just sold it for $40.
Nice. I love import stuff like things that were only put out in other, in the UK or, that we didn't get.
Yeah. Oh, one of the things I was going to mention earlier is Cyber Monkey deals.
That's what I was trying to think of earlier when I couldn't think of, when Dusty was trying to help me. I was going to ask you if that was still any good.
It's one of those things that you have to mess with on a continual basis, I think. I've gotten plenty of, and it may be getting saturated too, I don't know. Because I did notice the last time I messed with it that the items weren't as great as they had been in the past. But I have quite a few replens from them that I actually go back to the site to find out where I bought some of this stuff, because it was before I started putting the place that I purchased the items inside my SKU. So
I thought about joining one of the small BOLO groups, the 5-man groups, where they have a VA that's just for the 5-man groups. I thought about joining one of those. And then I also thought about just training a VA to do it for me.
Well, I tried to get into 2 of those, and both times it's like the person just quit wanting to do it. So I kind of.
The VA quit?
No, the individual was trying to put it together, and they couldn't get enough people, I guess, that they trusted or something.
Gotcha.
So it just kind of fell apart. 2 different people, they were trying to do it,
we should put one together. But we'd have to train a VA.
If you train the VA, I'll put it together for you.
I will start making a list of things that, to teach them. Hell yeah, because that would, and I want, I think the 5-man groups, to like 5 people to 1 VA or 3 people to 1 VA, I think that's totally the way to go.
Yeah, well, that would work out. I mean, because the VA could come up with 10 items a day.
Oh, for sure.
12 items a day and split them evenly amongst 3 or 4 people.
Yep.
And I mean, the thing about it is to pay them, or even to pay Cyber Monkey deals. That's the thing about you're only paying I'll say this. I didn't like the free version. Mm-hmm. However, I saw the potential. And so I went ahead with the more expensive one, actually the most expensive one, because I was going to give it up completely at some point, and then they revamped it, and I was able to get into the higher one. But that to me is it's the only way I would have stuck with it, to be honest. I mean, and that's because it matched my business model,
right?
What they were finding. So I'm okay with it. The other stuff really didn't. You can always go back. Like if you pay for it over time, you can go back, and when they redo it, a lot of them will come up and be better. Over time. That's the one of the other things.
It keeps them, right?
Yeah.
Like
one of the other things is it's always in your queue. It's always in the system, and they're constantly like rescanning them, and they'll show you, okay, here's the profit now, and here's where it sits in the rank system now. And you can actually categorize them, from which ones have been scanned recently and that kind of thing. So,
isn't there another one that's like Cyber Monkey Deals? Didn't somebody put one together?
There is, but I don't know the name of it. I don't remember it.
I know there's I know there's another one. Somebody recently put one together, or not recently. I mean, it's been months, but
yeah,
I can't remember who it was.
You only have to get. I would say to pay for that thing for an entire year, you would have to get probably 2 good items, and you'll pay for the entire year of Cyber Monkey Deals. It's just that for me, I think it's more of once you get the Cyber Monkey Deals and you see what they're finding, you start finding all the places they're finding the stuff, and you realize, well, I can just go there and find more stuff, and I really don't need it anymore.
Right.
That's kind of I think where I've gotten is now I can go to the same site where I know I'm finding the stuff every time on Cyber Monkey Deals. I can just go there and find those same things and other things that are even better.
Would be good for somebody that doesn't really know what they're doing, that wants to get into it.
Yeah, but I personally don't suggest getting in there like going to the cheap ones. That's my own personal opinion.
Well, that's what everybody's going for, Oh, I don't, spending $10 a month, I can do that. Yeah, nobody's going to do 50 a month.
I think it's one of those things. It's like people going to their one local Walmart and finding no deals.
Yeah.
I think you're going to get the same thing out of that, and that's just I mean, if your business model says you can make money off of those types of things and it looks good to you, do it. But I'm just telling you my opinion on it. So.
Yeah. I agree, though. All right. Does anybody have any questions? Do we need? I've been trying to keep up. I don't think.
I've been watching tape. EcoSwift, I use it. It's good stuff.
Yep.
You can check their website or their eBay. Either one. Prices seem to kind of fluctuate from one to the other, so just kind of comparison shop. I was looking. That's why I was so quiet. I was looking in one of the groups. I learned about a new company, and their tape was really cheap. And I can't find it. And I thought I bookmarked it, but I can't find it. So, sorry, teaser.
I found this great cheap stuff. It's awesome.
No, it was, and
but I don't know what it was.
I swear I bookmarked it because I was like, I'll never find that again. Yep. Oh, there you go.
You will never find it again.
Was that the name of the bookmark you typed it in there?
Pretty much.
Never find this again.
I went in no, all my bookmarks are under unsorted bookmarks.
Oh yeah.
Oh good. You're one of those. You've got like 5,000 in one folder.
Yep.
Yeah, I found 3 folders in my bookmarks that all say to do.
Is that your version of Pinterest?
Yeah. I have 3 of them that say to do. I saw that today when I was trying to find a bookmark on my phone, and I'm like, I just saw that. What the hell?
I really like that title. I got a lot of shit to do.
Yeah, apparently I have a lot that I haven't done.
I know what it was. I did find it. It was y'all check this out. Here, we'll see if I can't put a link in the thing, can I?
No, I think only.
It was called. What? Blah, blah, blah. It was called You Pack and Ship. Has anybody ever used them?
Oh yeah, I've seen that. Yeah.
It was.
It sounds off.
www. Am I allowed to write out the word dot? Or is it going to tell me I can't do this? Hold on, let's see if I can put it in the side. Hey, there we go. Nope, message not delivered. You cannot. Go on.
Just
So
do
anyhow, I'm going to type this really weird word that starts with a U, put a www in front of it, and a .com after it. There you go.
You
And check them out.
you don't need the www.
But their tape was the same. Well, that's a half roll now. But it was, make sure that it's the 110 yard because that's the big stuff. That's about a 55 yarder there. That's about down to about half. But it was the 110 yard, and they did charge shipping. But I think you got free shipping on certain whatever, and their shipping wasn't bad if you bought like 30 rolls. But it was $1 a roll.
But is it as good as the EcoSwift tape?
This group, everybody said, "Oh my gosh, love their tape, awesome tape."
You're not answering.
Their bags are cheap. Everybody in this particular group said that it was. Everybody in this
I don't know
group
those
said it was
people.
really, 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 really good. Good tape. And their poly bags were great.
Distractor.
So, I don't
Just
know.
keep talking. She'll forget.
She'll forget.
What?
I don't think you heard a word you said. That's what.
No.
www.
He ignores me.
www dot.
W is George's middle name.
Yeah.
W. I think I'm going to start a tactical clothing line.
I wore my favorite shirt today.
I can't see what it says. That's awesome.
It's the one my wife loves the most.
Oh, I like that.
Right,
That's
baby?
funny.
And she loves this shirt.
That's reminiscent of days gone by when I smoked, and we have cigarette holes.
Isn't it Houses of the Holy?
And it's one of my favorite shirts too. And I'm like, why did I have to wear that back when I smoked?
I had to retire some of my T-shirts, but I couldn't make myself get rid of them, so they're in storage in my keepsake box up in the.
Oh no, nothing's getting retired right now because I'm in fat mode and nothing fits. Like this used to be way too big for me. No,
Are you wearing?
Barely fits now.
Are you wearing pants?
Yeah, well, yeah.
Are
Yes.
you wearing sweatpants?
No, I wish I was. It's freezing in here. I'm wearing camo shorts. That's all I ever wear.
Elastic waist.
Elastic Sansa belt. Remember Sansa belt pants?
No.
That's what my dad wore. They're like They were like the pants version of gym coat shorts.
Okay. We've gone over.
What?
I know
just getting
it's
started.
really hard to believe that we've done that.
Wait, what was he talking about?
Who?
Oh, I was just catch up with the comments in here.
Oh,
Y'all ain't from around here.
nope. Y'all ain't from around here. Uh-huh.
Purdy mouth. I like biscuits and mustard.
Sure you got a pretty mouth, boy.
Okay, we just went from deliverance to
Have you seen the guy that orders his coffee Sling Blade style at the Starbucks?
Yeah.
That is one of my favorites.
I love that movie.
His poor wife.
The-
Okay, I will put together a list of online arbitrage extensions and some of the other things that we talked about, and I'll make a file in Profit Talk for it. I'll just label it OA resources or something, and I'll get that put in there. I doubt I'll do it tonight because I've got zombies to kill, so I'll probably do it. I'm just saying. But I'll get that in there, so watch for that, because I know stuff kind of goes by quickly, and sometimes you don't know. Like the Be Cool, it's got a weird spelling, so I'll put that stuff. Just do a real quick file so you guys will know some of the things that we were talking about. And some other ones, some things that I have that we didn't talk about tonight.
Yeah, I was gonna just real quick. I forgot about how I do the pricing part of it. I use BlueStacks and Profit Bandit on the computer.
Oh, that's right. I forgot that you did that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I'll just copy the ASIN and paste it into Profit Bandit on the computer.
Nice. I keep forgetting about BlueStacks. I was going to get it, and then I just keep forgetting about it. But I have it written down now. Maybe I'll remember. So if you guys do have any questions, or if you're watching the replay and you have a question about something, either put it in the comments or put it over in the Profit Talk Facebook group. And I try to remember to check the comments.
Somebody will get around to it eventually.
Sometimes it's like 2 or 3 weeks. Yeah.
Killing zombies.
These are important things, Dusty.
That's why
How will I get
I
better
don't play
with my
video
computer?
games, because if I played video games, I would never get anything done.
But it's a stress reliever to kill things. It's good. So, anyways, any questions, let us know. We'll try to hook you up. And if you have any extensions, like if you do OA and you have any extensions or tools that we didn't talk about, put those in Profit Talk or in the comments too, and let other people know.
Yeah, I will test them out and tell everybody about them for you.
Right? We'll be sure to post them over in the Reseller Society and some of the other large groups. Make sure everybody finds out. But thank you for watching, and thank you for coming, Mikey. And we will see you guys later. Bye.
Bitcoin.